Hey, Delia Boppers, what's up? If you're keeping track of the 2016 United States election coverage, like pretty much everyone in the world is right now, then you know that, unfortunately, a loud Cheeto just became president, and in addition, apparently we have a Republican-controlled Senate and House. So that's like triple trouble. Well, actually, that's double trouble, but it's still triple trouble because if I'm not mistaken, there's also a Supreme Court seat up for nomination, and so you can bet that that's going to be a Republican nomination too. So basically, all checks and balances in the United States government are now completely and totally out the window, which is just absolutely and completely amazing. And this moldy, bigoted yam is now president. And it's just like, oh my god. I swear to god, did you know that if you go to the bathroom and turn off the lights and look in the mirror and whisper Donald J. Trump 3 times, the hair in your shower trap will start to rise up out of the drain and start yelling bigoted, misogynist, racist, homophobic, and transphobic slurs. I am not kidding. You can literally try this at home. I am a witch. I would know. Anyway, God, put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. Like, seriously? Oh god, you know, if you look at some of the news websites, you'll actually see that they have like a picture of a map of the United States on fire as their picture of the election coverage. And I mean, to be totally honest with you, they're not wrong. So anyway, man, I just wanted to give y'all my 2 cents about everything with this election. Just seriously, can we get a do-over? Like, this is bullshit. I call shenanigans. This is absolute bullshit. Like, seriously? What the fuck? This is fucking messed up. But, you know, it's really not surprising, like, to be honest with you. And some people would say that that's ironic, but I'm going to give you my point of view on this. It's not surprising that Donald Trump became president. It's not surprising at all. All it shows is that we as a society have just not progressed as far as we thought we had. And that's the truth, isn't it? And it's really sad with things like House Bill 2 telling me I can't pee, and all of the trans women of color who were murdered last year and this year who will be having to remember at our Trans Day of Remembrance this year, you know, to all of the black people who are just being shot by cops left and right who've decided that they're judge, jury, and executioner just based on the color of someone's skin. Just everything that we have that is so messed up, just down to even just the fact that, you know, this disgruntled douche-soaked prune who has allegedly raped multiple women, possibly, could become president, shows how little we have actually progressed, even though we think we have. It's sad, isn't it? It's absolutely sad. It really is sad. But you know what? I guess we have to keep going. I mean, there are some upsides, you know, Florida, where I just used to live and actually just moved away from, just legalized medical marijuana, so, you know, good for my friends back home. North Carolina, where I just moved, apparently just elected a governor who wants to abolish HB2, not as though, you know, it was actually enforceable at any point anyway. I've been peeing, you know, freely since I've been here because Charlotte and Greenville both just refused to enforce the ordinance. They believe that trans people's lives and experiences matter and that we deserve safety and protection. And now our governor does too, so yeah, that's good, right? I mean, it's not all bad. The ordinance didn't have teeth anyway, just like the results of this election don't. Like, let's really be serious. Okay, so what? This misogynist soggy beat is president now. So fucking what? All 3 branches of our government are controlled by the Republican Party. So fucking what? You do realize not even everyone in the Republican Party likes this weak-old jack-o'-lantern, right? Like, there are plenty of people in the House and the Senate now who are Republicans who would be just as inclined to impeach him for the things like, oh, alleged rape, alleged child rape, fraud, and all of the other things that he's been alleged to have possibly done? Are we seriously going to let someone who's done shit like that be president if it turns out to be true that they did it? Like, I mean, everyone gets a fair trial by a jury of their peers, but, you know, the trial actually does have to happen. Let's be real here for a second. Does this whole thing even have teeth whatsoever? I don't think it does. A yelling wrinkle is now president. It does not fucking matter. Like, it's scary. It is really scary. I'm scared. I went on Twitter earlier to tell everyone, even with everything I was saying, and as bold as I am, and as brave as everyone thinks I am, with as freely as I speak about things like this, I am scared. And that's okay. It is absolutely okay to be scared. It's absolutely okay to cry, but we have to keep fighting. We can win. You know, we can get through this. We can actually still make the world a better place through an event like a Trump presidency, even if it lasts, which, like I said, I don't think this will last. I don't feel like it's legitimate. Let's be honest, he probably bought the fucking election in order to actually get it. Like, looking at his alleged big business practices and shit like that, what are the odds that someone would buy it? If he's even worth as much as he claims he is, which I have serious doubts of. Like, have you seen his hands? He cannot be worth that fucking much. This is going to blow over. One way or another, we will get through it. We will survive this. We will endure the angry loud carrot, just like we have endured everything else. Because our generation is fucking amazing. Our generation is speaking out in new ways that no generation ever has before. We're making our voices heard, which, by the way, it's still absolutely okay to do, because despite the fact that people are, like, thinking of Donald Trump as, like, the new Hitler at some times, which I can't decide whether or not it's offensive, I guess I don't have a place to decide since I'm not Jewish, but let's be honest here, like, we have the First Amendment in America, and that protects us just as much as it protects a literal piece of actual human garbage like Donald J. Trump. Is that even his middle initial? Like, this is how much I care about the fact that this flaming hot Funyun with a bad toupee is now president. It doesn't fucking matter. It's not going to stop the fact that I believe in doing what's right, regardless of the consequences. And it shouldn't stop any of us from doing what our conscience says is right. And at this point, I'm going to take a moment to talk just a little bit about complacency, because that's really what got us here, isn't it? Let's be totally honest. How many of us had more important priorities? How many of us just didn't care enough? How many of us could have done more to prevent this loud, angry, fucking wrinkled carrot from becoming president? But we had more important things to do. We had more important things on our mind. We had more important issues at stake. How can any of our consciences be satisfied when we just gave a gassy, sunburnt windbag who hates women and trans people and gay people and brown people nukes? Seriously, do you think if you care about the fact that some other politicians may not be supportive of Palestine, like, do you really think the Palestinians feel that much better when that decision just led to a person who hates fucking brown people and Islamic people getting fucking nukes? I don't think it makes a difference. Not to be overly harsh or really come down or lay the tea on too hard, but let's be fucking real. We let this happen. We laughed. We laughed all the way to this election just like we're laughing now. And you know, I'm laughing on the outside right now, but I am dying on the inside. This doesn't seem fucking real. This is a goddamn nightmare, and we cannot let it be real. Because another part of the Constitution tells us that this country is a nation of the people, for the people, by the people. I'm probably not getting this in the right order right now because I'm so flustered by this whole thing. But it tells us that if that's ever not the case, we need to change it. And our generation is already doing that in so many ways we haven't even thought of. I mean, let's face it, with shit like GoFundMe and Patreon and Uber and City Spree, we're building this whole fucking little tiny socialist economy within the capitalist economy around us, which is now collapsing, if you haven't noticed, around the world, thanks to the fact that this, I can't even come up with anything else, is president now. We get through. We survive. Good indoors, and we make it through. We have to. What else is there? We gonna give up? Fuck that. Absolutely fuck that shit. I don't believe in violence, so I'm not going to tell anyone to violently overthrow anything or any bullshit like that, but you know what? I believe in making your voice heard, and I believe in being yourself, and I believe in being yourself openly and without fear of what people around you are going to say or do because of it. Because, I mean, honestly and seriously, as a transgender woman, which would you rather have? Would you rather have a life hidden in a closet of pretending to be someone who you are not and pretending that the abuse against you is not real and pretending that the hurt that you've endured is not real? Or would you rather have an existence of living openly and being yourself just defiantly, even if necessary, just so that you can exist and actually have an existence worth having? Some really ugly things could happen because of this. And I just don't care anymore. I've seen ugly things. I've lost my friends. I've lost my family. I've been through so much. And you know what? I can take a lot more before I fall down. And so can all of the rest of us. So, who cares if tonight's results are a literal nightmare? We can get through them, and we will. We have to. Because I know the world has just got to change. And it's about time for our generation to step up to the plate and do it. As always, thank you so very much for watching and being with me. I am here. I am staying here. I am not going anywhere except on to Washington, D.C. with my roommates, just as we have planned to do everything we can to fight against all of this evil and hatred and injustice, just like I have always planned to do and always will continue to do. As always, thank you so very much for watching, and until next time, be yourself.